Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at Tarkus's wish list on Steam. Now these are games that I have wish listed and they're going to be coming to being released shortly. And these are games that I'm looking forward to trying out moving forward. Now this list here is just a portion of the games that I want to try. It's just that a lot of games that I'm looking for in the future to play are just not going to be on Steam. They're either going to be on the Epic Store or they're going to have their own downloader. And so those games are not included here. But for Steam games, I'm going to go over my list and tell you why I'm excited about the games. And hopefully you're excited about the games too. So the first thing on my list is Starfield. I am going to click into each one of these, the store page. Now, I probably don't need to tell you about this game. It's been talked about for a very long time. And if you know anything about Tarkus, I don't really like to play single-player games, especially campaign single-player games. That's not my stick. I enjoy multiplayer games, regardless if they're PvP, PvE, raiding, or whatever it might be. I enjoy the ability to play with other people. I think that brings more enjoyment to my gaming experience than any single player game ever could. But with that said, here we are, Starfield. Bethesda is making this game. I have played many Bethesda games in the past. The last game I played from them was Fallout 76. Their online platform, and I was playing it early on when they first released it to the general public. After playing that game for maybe 6 months, I was like, no, this is not the game for me. Their mechanics in that game were horrible. And I guess they didn't really get it right until like a year after I left the game. And by that time, I'm not going to return to a game that is now a year and a half, 2 years old. It just didn't work out for me. So here we are. We've got Starfield. It's really, I guess, Skyrim on crack, but it's Skyrim like in space, I guess is the best way I could, They're in their description. Starfield is a first new universe in 25 years for Bethesda Game Studios, the award-winning creators of the Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, and Fallout 4. In this next-generation role-playing game set amongst the stars, embark on an epic journey to answer humanity's greatest mysteries. This game looks amazing. I mean, the graphics look amazing. The videos I've seen, I guess this game is going to have, I don't remember the exact number, but let's say Skyrim had this much dialogue. If you had a meter going they had this much dialogue. I guess Starfield has like this much dialogue. I mean, like 3 times the amount of dialogue, quest interactions than any previous game they've ever made. Again, this is going to be a single player game that you just play by yourself. And I imagine there'll be Steam little things you need to do, rewards. I mean, what would be neat about this game for me is playing the game and doing a little bit of it on my YouTube channel just to show you guys where I'm at with the game. But that's the game in a nutshell. If you're excited about it, I'm excited about it. I don't know how much I'll play it, especially with these other games that are coming out that are on my list. Ars Notoria, I probably am butchering this name. I've already done one video on this game, and I've actually contacted the devs a few times on their Discord. They are very nice people. They're very nice to hear concerns. They answer questions on their Discord. And then I'm like, well, can I get some more information on that answer you just provided? And then they bullet it down for me a couple times. I'm excited about this game. The game's going to allow, they're going to have private servers. This game reminds me, and I think if I scroll down a little bit here, it's going to compare this game to Frozen Flame and Valheim. And so basically that's what it is. It's a base builder, campaign style RPG. I'm going to read the description here. Explore the fantasy world of Ars Notoria, a survival action RPG set inside an open world sandbox that lets you hunt powerful creatures, strike out on your own, or play together with friends. And I believe it's going to be up to 8 friends if you want to build a sprawling faction, utilize deep crafting mechanics and strategic recruiting of allies. So you'll be able to build, you could build your own town with its own sawmill, and then you recruit NPCs in the world to come run that sawmill, and or even the blacksmith shop. The developers have said they've scaled the questing and whatnot for 4 people, so they've balanced it for 4 people to be doing it at once. So if you've got 8 people doing it at once, it might overwhelm, or it might be too easy for you. But I think the more the merrier on the server, because in my case, I don't usually do campaigns. I don't usually do boss fights unless somebody asks me for help. I like doing the crafting mechanic and the building mechanic, and this game is right up my alley. So I'm really excited about the release of this game. Redfall. Now, this game is a little bit outside my comfort zone. I'm not really into the first-person shooter games. I've just always felt that, I don't know. I mean, it's always been my feeling that there's always one person that has hacked it, cracked the method, or done something that gives them an advantage in all these type of games. But with this game here, it's a open world co-op first-person shooter, so I don't think there's any PvP elements of this game. There might be later on. Let me just scroll down here. Yeah, it's just single-player online co-op. So it's World War Z, I guess, would come to mind. It just looks really nice. It looks the graphics look really promising. It's a team. It brings the studio's signature gameplay to the story-driven. It's basically an action shooter against vampires, I believe. So you're fighting against the vampires, and it's really the video that I watched that made me really think that this was a game that I was going to like. And I think when it comes out, I'm going to give it a try, especially for the co-op part of it.
Oh, thank God.
Come on, let's find the others and beat feet.
All right, we won't stay here too long. This is going to release in 2023, and obviously you could go to their community hub and their discussion page if you want information. Here's another one that's similar to what we just looked at. The Day Before is an open world MMO survival set in a deadly post-apocalyptic America overrun by flesh-hungry, infected, and survivors killing each other for food, weapons, and cars, okay? So this is supposed to be released in March of 2023. It's saying that it's comparing it to Valheim, and it's a single-player MMO, online PvP, and online co-op. I think they're going to be introducing the PvP part of it at a future date, but it's going to have the co-op. The graphics look really nice, and I've got my eye on it. I have gone to the discussion page in the community hub, and people have kind of gone back and forth about the developer, if they're going to be able to pull this off or not, or if it's going to be a cash grab. It looks like it's not. It looks like they're really putting an effort into this. I was saddened when I went to the discussion that the developer hasn't really answered anybody's questions or have not been proactive with people's questions on their discussion page, but maybe they're doing that on the Discord side. I don't know. This is in my list just to see, what it's going to be when it actually comes out. Nightingale. This one here, I've been looking at it for a while. I think this one is also coming. It just says coming soon. They're comparing it to Frozen Flame and Valheim again as a comparison to games that I've played. Set out on a journey of survival and adventure into the mysterious and dangerous Fey realms of Nightingale, becoming a realm walker and venture forth among with your friends. Again, co-op. I like that. Multiplayer. It says it's single player, but it's online co-op. This game has a lot of promise. I've been watching it for a while. You can craft, build, fight across the stunning fantasy world. It looks like it's got some really nice graphics. It looks like it looks like it's going to be a hell of a time. I think it's going to be a fun game, but who knows when it's coming out, because again, it's saying coming soon, so that could be 4 years from now. Who really knows? But it's in my list. Now, Passed Out is one that I added just recently. I've been on the Discord. This is a horror shooter. Now, if you know anything about me, I like I used to develop and design horror games, and this is up my alley to what the games I used to design and make when I used to do that kind of thing. And it reminds me of other kind of zombie apocalypse games. It really looks... It looks nice. You survive. It's a battle royale. So if you're not into battle royales, which I normally am not, it is a battle royale type of game where last man standing kind of gets ranked. And then there's after everybody else is dead and you're there by yourself, then you've got another survival timer where all the zombies on the map just start to like show up and try to kill you. So you get some extra playtime after you've eliminated all your other opponents that are in the game. It looks promising. I don't know how much I'm going to play it. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy the Battle Royale part. Again, that is not my thing. When I played Fortnite, I used to alpha test Fortnite. And when Fortnite was in its baby diaper stage, it used to be an online co-op base defending game where you'd have the Husk attack you, and you would work with a team to defend your base. That's what Fortnite was. And then they added the Battle Royale, which became explosive. Everybody wanted it. And they gave up on the base building defense Husk thing. They were like, no, that's out of here. We're going to move this game to a Battle Royale, and that's going to be our bread and butter. And at that point, I gave up on Fortnite. So I'm not really into Battle Royales. That's just not my thing. Arc 2. Obviously, this is on many people's list right now. If you played Ark, the other, I think it's called Ark Survival. I think this is going to be a lot like that, but I think we're looking at better graphics, better functionality, and it's going to be new. And this is what I'm looking forward to. I think this game here shows a lot of promise. And it's a survival game where you work, you must team up with legendary heroes to confront powerful dark forces, saddle up and join the next gen survival experience with Arc 2. And here again, they're giving me similarities to Frozen Flame and Valheim. It says it's single player MMO, online PvP, online co-op. So you can read about it yourself. I guess they're going to allow modding and whatnot. It looks like it's going to release in 2023, and it looks really nice. It really does. But I'm hoping they pull it off. They pull it off, and it actually becomes exactly that. Now, Blue Protocol. Out of every game in this list, this is the game I'm most looking forward to. And Blue Protocol, I think the biggest downside to this game that I found in recent reading what people have said is that I guess Amazon Studios is the publisher. And as you know, I can't say a lot of bad things about Amazon Studio because I've worked for them. I've done projects for them in the past, and I've always enjoyed my interaction with them. But the problem with the studio, I don't know, I think it used to be called Smiles Studio, who knows. But the problem with them is they just don't listen. They don't hear, or they hear, they're not listening, or they're listening and not hearing. It just seems like when we tested all the way back to Crucible, we would tell them, this isn't working, you need to fix this, and they had no intention to ever listen. And that game was only out, 6 months before it went into the trash can, and now you can't even find a server for it. So they tend to have all this money, and I think what they're doing is they took that money and they're muffling their ears with it, and they just like, oh yeah, we got billions of dollars and we don't need to hear from you people. Well, the problem is that's why you have dead servers and you don't have people playing your games anymore, and then you have people excited about a game like this, and your track record being what it is, they get really nervous about what you're going to do to this game. I'm looking forward to it. I love anime. I watch a lot of anime. I'm a big anime fan, manga fan, and this game is right up my alley. This game is featuring action combat system, deep character customization, and a story. It's an online action RPG where you become the hero of your own anime adventure coming 2023. This game, I really want. They compare it to New World and Lost Ark, which, guess what? Is published by Amazon Studios, right? I mean, I won't even get into the problems it caused with New World, and I won't get into the issues I had with Lost Ark. Now, if you went into both those games, New World and Lost Ark, you'd find I've put 400 or 500. I think even New World, I got 900 hours into that game. It's just that when you add game mechanics into a game that nobody wants, and then it erases all the progress you made up to that point, people just got soured with New World. It just got so souring. It was like, okay, why did I just play 900 hours of your game where you just reverted my campaign or what I've done to zero effort? I mean, it just, that's not what this video is about. I just hope that the publisher in this game makes better choices than they have with the other games that they have kind of interweaved themselves with. It says it's single player MMO and online co-op. I think it's got the online co-op, which I'm going to really enjoy when this game comes out. I really am looking forward to this game. Well, that's it. I did have a couple other things in my on this list the other day, but I had removed them after going out and researching more about those games, and I was like, no, these games will never make it. So I removed them off my wish list. So this is the list as you can see it. And again, these are just the items that I have on the Steam platform. In the Epic Store, I've got another list of games that are Epic exclusives that I'm going to be looking at and playing and doing YouTube videos with. But if you guys watch this video and agree, these are the things that you're looking for, please put a comment in below, and we can discuss them or even pair together to play together in these future games. I would enjoy that. Well, thank you for joining me. This has been the Tarkus Zone.